going to get it all caught. Let's just do a fundraiser. Cancer fundraiser.
Something like that.
How many people do you think we get? More than 12 than what you're going to shave?
Probably not. Shave mine. Shave mine.
What about your beard? You do anything for charity, wouldn't you?
Questions, please?
Did you like what you saw, or the competition has to factor into it?
Well, I didn't like what I saw in the beginning. You know, you spend 3 days trying to. And we played enough against the Princeton stuff that you kind of know what bothers them. We didn't do anything about it to start the game. And I thought Kevin Noreen kind of turned it around for us. He came in and really did a good job of keeping the ball out of the middle floor, out of the high post. And then that forced them to take some shots they probably didn't want to take. And got us out in transition. It's you know, it's the honest to God's truth though is, you know, it's got to be an everyday deal. We guarded better, we rebounded better, although we had some guys that weren't very good, honestly, and it's hard for us to survive if we don't have everybody playing pretty well. And we get some guys banged up a little bit, but that happens.
What's Devin's issue?
His back's bothering.
Something happened, or was this chronic?
Rode a Greyhound for 8.5 hours.
Home?
Back.
Why did he do that?
Had to get back.
He didn't have a flight?
No.
I mean, you're allowed to fly.
No.
You're not?
Not for that. No. So 8.5 hours on a Greyhound, and you can imagine being 6'9", 260 pounds, and trying to get comfortable for 8.5 hours, and kind of twisted and put back to ball in. It's either that or get 2 teeth knocked out. Break your nose. We got it all going on.
How much does that affect you and how much you can practice, or how much those guys can practice this week?
Well, I mean, I've always had a rule, you don't practice, you don't play, so I was proud of Brandon. Brandon got his 2 teeth knocked out and went over to dental school, and they did whatever, you do. And he came back and finished practice. Which is, some guys that try to get out the rest of practice, he dropped right back in there. And Devin went, some didn't go. Actually, he practiced better yesterday than he looked today, physically.
What have you been working with Nathan?
The biggest thing is to just be more assertive. I thought to start the year, he was a little more assertive, and I'm sure the competition level has something to do with that. And then he kind of got a little too passive. Nate ought to be able to rebound it for us offensively. He ought to be able to make open shots. And obviously today he shot it extremely well. He's not going to shoot it that well all the time, but he can play that hard all the time.
Well, there was a point in that first half, Remy hit a couple of threes, and in the middle, Juwan had that tomahawk. And it just seems like those are the kind of things that light fires, and we've not had those. Is that kind of true? I mean, you never really got one of those going against a Missouri or a Gonzaga or anybody
But honestly, I think the biggest thing was what Kevin Noreen did. I mean, Kevin Noreen kept the ball out where they want to run offense from. And Brandon and Devin, neither one did. And I think when Kevin got in, and I think that really changed the game. That enabled us to get out of transition. And we obviously, we've got to make jump shots. We're not very proficient around the basket, so when, Remy missed the first one by about 12 feet, I think it was. I mean, most people kind of, he's over there clapping and want the ball back again. And then, you make a couple. I mean, really, we're 4 for 16, something like that. 4 for 15 the first half, something like that.
4 for 15.
Not very good. But we were 10 for 16 inside the line. But again, a lot of that was transition.
Coach, I'm sorry. Juwan was talking after the game about how last year WVU was forced to kind of match up with the other Big 12 teams. This year he kind of thought teams would be forced to match up more against you guys. Do you kind of agree with that? And do you think this team, style of play-wise, is more adapt to what it's getting ready to face in the Big 12?
Well, if we make shots, Justin, I just, I've done this so long that I hate to just trust making shots. We got to guard better. And I think, we took a small step in that direction today. You can't give a dozen layups to people. And most people make layups. And we've given layups all year. I thought we did a better job today. I thought we got the help line better today. I thought we did a better job of kind of standing our ground and not fouling today than we have. They're young. They're learning. I think the hardest thing that anybody has to learn is how hard you have to play and what happens when you take plays off. And I've told you, I think that's the thing that separated us in 2010, and it's the thing that killed us the year before. Was that Deshaun would take plays off, Wellington would take plays off, and those guys made a very conscious effort not to do that. They made a very conscious effort to try to stay engaged as much as humanly possible during the course of the game. But and that team shot it okay, but let's be honest, you were in Villanova, it was brutal. Brutal. But we stayed in the game because we guarded. We didn't put our heads down. We did not give back on defense. We didn't give up layups. We guarded. Kept us in the game, and we were able to come out the second half and make more shots and win. That's what you have to do. If you're going to be a championship team, that's what you have to do. Everybody's going to shoot a bad time or two.
So defense then probably the biggest conference play then, you think?
Well, we just can't give easy baskets. You can't. You can't not get to the help line. You can't not gap things and keep people out playing. You got to keep. It's hard. It's hard to be consistent scoring the ball when you consistently have to score it over somebody. And when we didn't, everybody works like crazy to create space and angles. That's how you score. You either create space or you create angles. And the guys that are hard to score against are guys that stay in front of you. Because you have to score over. That's hard. That's where we got to get to.
After Devin and Brandon saw what Kevin did, the things that you highlighted, did you feel like they did better their next times back in?
Devin was better too. His back started bothering a little bit. Yeah. They're trying. Honestly, they're both trying. I think everybody would have been writing what a great player Devin's going to be had we won a Purdue game when he got whatever he got, 22 and 12 or whatever it was. That's pretty good. consistent. I'm not saying he's gonna get 22 a game, but he may be able to get us, 8 to 10 a game rebounds. And if he does that, you need to think about it. I think the last guy that averaged double figure rebounds, KJ, right? And before that, it was a long time, right? Long time before anybody averaged double figure rebounds. And as good as those guys were I had at Cincinnati, I only had a couple guys that averaged double figure rebounds. I think maybe only 2 that I can think of right offhand over 16 years and a whole bunch of All-Americans. So it's when I think when you start averaging double figure rebounds, you put yourself in a league company.
You mentioned all those injuries. Are you concerned given timing over any of them, or these all things that you
I don't look concerned. No, I mean, I come off at halftime, and the question is, what are you going to do without Nate Adrian? And I said, Nate's going to play. Nate's a tough guy. He's going to play. I mean, our guys, they've heard more than once my lecture about the difference between being hurt and injured. You're injured, you can't play. If you're hurt, play. I'm hurt every morning. Grab a hold of the bed, stand, pull myself out of bed